looking forward to season 3, but I was wondering, will we see villains like Hobgoblin and Hydro Man?
Season 3, if we get it, Hobgoblin for sure, Hydro Man, no comment.
Thank you.
How you doing? I know Robert was talking about the offstage chemistry between you all, and I was wondering, how does the offstage chemistry affect you guys on the show?
The actors are great guys.
I would say sometimes it takes a little longer to get the scene done because we'll be in the vocal booth just kind of joking around. I know that there's probably a lot of Futurama fans here, and Bender, John DiMaggio, also our Sandman and Hammerhead. He's a big jokester and likes to joke around in the booth a lot. And same thing with our Tombstone, Kevin Michael Richardson. I actually have a funny little story. I don't know if you guys know what Walla is. Walla is like when there's some big public thing going on and everybody's going to go do the background voices. Like if there's a fight going on and you hear the panicked crowd, we all have to do the voice for the panicked crowd. And DiMaggio and Kevin Michael Richardson kind of had a little $5 gentleman's bet going to see if they could work the word, I think it was banana, into the Walla, but try to make it make sense. So if they were reacting to a fight, somebody actually had to get that word in there, but not just have it be a random non sequitur. It actually had to. So we do things like that. Sometimes it takes a little longer to get things done, but it's a lot of fun.
Our voice director contributes to the mayhem.
A lot.
Thank you. Big fan, Robert.
So the show is marketed as a kids show. It's in a kids cartoon block, but just looking out over the audience, you can see a good portion of the fans are adults. Were you surprised by that, or did you kind of intend that? Did you write that the series with that in mind?
The shows I do, what we try to achieve is, I view it sort of like a bullseye, concentric circles, and we have to hit that demographic that for the network, which is boys 6 to 11. I mean, that's sort of an absolute mandate, but I don't believe in writing shows that way, where it's directed towards one individual group. I want to make sure that group serves, so we've got plenty of eye candy, great action, some jokes, a lot of fun stuff for kids. But I want absolutely, I have a son, but I also have a daughter. I want this show to appeal to girls and boys. I want this show to appeal to kids. I want it to appeal to tweens. I want it to appeal to teens. I want it to appeal to 45-year-old fanboys like myself. I think that's about writing on multiple levels. And again, credit the writing staff here, but we've got jokes in there that work for the kids and the adults, and we've got jokes in there that the kids aren't necessarily going to get, but the adults are going to say, I can't believe they got that on the air. And that's a lot of fun for us. So, we want the show to work for literally everybody. I mean, we're that ambitious or naive or whatever.
We all did a great job of it.
The original comics by Stan and Steve worked for all ages, and we just wanted to honor that in the show. So that's why we did.
Hey guys, I wanted to ask about, I really love the Slingers series and Ricochet, and I was wondering, is there any chance for Johnny Gallo to pick up the costume, or maybe even go into the Slingers series, or maybe do a couple episode arc with the Slingers? Spider-Man hunting him down?
I'm not going to rule anything out. We don't have any short-term plans for that, but given enough episodes, there's a ton of stuff I'd like to cover.
Right. Thanks, guys.
You're welcome.
Could you add the original, from the original comics, could you add the Spider-Man when Spider-Man grows 2 extra arms, can you add that part?
I think it was 4 extra arms. We've got a lot of stories in mind. I just don't want to scoop a lot of them. So I'm say no comment to that one too.
So this is a question for Greg. Did you do gargoyles when? Yeah. Okay. So I've peripherally followed your work like all my life. I didn't realize that until someone mentioned gargoyles earlier. But what inspired you to get into writing for television? And you've obviously done it for a long time. What interests you about it? Why do you keep doing it?
I grew up watching television. My mom put televisions in every room of our house, which she would. I'm not kidding. I was kidding about where I was conceived. This I'm not kidding about. My mom just liked having the TV on. I don't even know if she watched it, but the TV was on in every room in our house, and she may not have watched it, but I watched it. And so, you know, I worked in comic books, but the truth is television and you know, television cartoons were sort of my first love. You mentioned gargoyles, and I'm going to do one sort of shameless plug here, but we've got a Gargoyles convention next month in Los Angeles. And we've got and I know I'm not exaggerating, we've got over 50 special guests, pros, artists, writers, voice actors. Josh is coming, and was later going to invite Robert and Kelly to come as well. Vic and Sean and I will be there because in addition to being about gargoyles, this is sort of a Gargoyles meets Spidey convention because we're going to have lots of panels on Spectacular Spider-Man. And it's a small convention. It's got about 200 attendees. So if you do the math, 50 pros, 200 fans, that's the best fan to pro ratio you're ever going to find anywhere, ever. So if you're interested, check out www.gatheringofthegargoyles.com. And there's my shameless plug for that.
Thank you. Greg, are you going to have the Gargoyles and Spider-Man fight each other?
Well, we are having a radio play that will feature both sets of characters together.
Dun, dun, dun. Next question.
This is a question for Robert. Do you know why Dr. Octopus is so fat right now? He has to lay off of the cheese puffs, seriously.
I'm sworn to secrecy.
Okay, next question, guys.
Should you be picked up for a season 3, would you have to go through the same wait and see process for a season 4?
The same wait and see process for season 4. I don't know. I mean, you know, ideally they'll just call us tomorrow and say, hey, you keep going as long as you want. I don't know that that'll actually happen, but there's no way for us to know, honestly. I mean,
buy the box set, one, and let Disney XD and Sony know how much you love the show.
Yeah. And if you have Nielsen boxes, watch it a lot.
Letters in an envelope help too.
And Spider-Man parties. That's what I do.
This is a question for Kelly. What was it like to go from acting in movies to voice acting?
You know, there's so much more fun in voice acting because there's sort of a freedom. You know, you can show up in your pajamas if you want, and you don't have to worry about
We encourage
makeup.
that.
You don't have to worry about makeup or hair or lighting or standing on your mark or any of that. It's really kind of I almost like to say a pure form of acting. Because all you have to do is listen to what's going on, and it's a whole sort of different skill set, and I absolutely love it. I would do this for the rest of my life. Just do voice. I could just show up in my pajamas every day from now on.
Thank you.